morning, everyone. Welcome back to Ghosting with Anya. I'm your host, Anya Smith, also the author of Anya's Ghost Stories Volume 1 and Volume 2, The Return of the Dead. How are you doing, beautiful young girl? How are you, sweetie? Is the heat wave literally making you like pretty sweaty or something? Anyway, I hope you are doing okay. So I'm doing all right. So, how's your day going, sweetheart? So today we are doing the episode is yeah, I figured that. So today we are doing the episode of Ghosting with Anya. Is the new story called The Baker's Wife at Dawn. Probably something to do with the baker's wife being a ghost or something. So anyway, spirits pretty much are literally don't know what's going on, so they would probably go and see what's going on with their loved ones. So this is the new minute. He's downstairs doing dishes right now. We just had dinner. But anyway, yeah, we only had one sale at the bookstore today. So I hope you guys are ready for the new story. Anyway, it is extremely hot outside, so I'm boiling, almost like a human soup. So it is 37 minutes after 8, and here's Chris now. So our cat will probably come up here whenever she wants to. It depends. So today I was at the library, reading my book. I have read about 3 pages of the book. But tomorrow I have a day off. I don't have anything going on but hanging out with my cat. Yeah, tell me about it. Yeah, I could tell. Being bored. Yeah, I get bored a lot too. So, the only thing that keeps me from being bored is by knitting, crocheting, that sort of thing. I'm, trying to see if I can make a sweater with the knitting style. So I've been watching YouTube videos about making sweaters, tank tops, socks, including slippers, pair of sweatpants, maybe some t-shirts or whatever, like crop tops or something like that. It's great. So anyway, yeah, I got nothing else to do but do some knitting and spending time with our cat. So Chris is probably just doing his thing, like always, working as always. And here's Chris now. So anyway, let's just get started on the story. So anyway, I just want to say thank you guys for subscribing to my channel of Ghosting with Anya. I have about 48 subscribers now, so I just want to say thank you, and you are amazing people and amazing fans. So anyway, let's get started on the story. It is extremely hot. So this is the only room of our house that is extremely hot. So the rest of the house is cold, but the office up here is the only thing that is extremely boiling. So anyway, get something to drink, sit back and relax, and let's get started on the story. So, we are still on season 6, episode 205. So, anyway, let's get started. So, please click like, share, and subscribe, and let's get started on the story. Marisol opened the bakery every Tuesday through Saturday and had done so long enough that dawn felt less like a time of day than a responsibility. Waiting in the cold, Bell's Bakery had been in the same corner building for 70 years. Through ownership changes, flour shortages, one minor fire, and 3 generations of people insisting the cinnamon rolls used to be better under whichever owner they missed. Marisol didn't care about nostalgia, except where it affected, though, hydration. What she cared about was consistency, proofing times, oven temps, and whether the overnight retarder had actually sealed. The bakery was quiet at 4:30 a.m. before mixers started and before the city remembered it wanted coffee. That was when she first saw the woman in the pale apron standing at the far end of the prep table, dusting flour through her fingers as if testing humidity. Marisol blinked, set down the tray she was carrying, and by the time she looked again, only the flour remained, spread across the in a hand-shaped pattern. No sift had made. She told the current owner, Raoul, expecting an electrical explanation, sleep concern, or at most a family story. Raoul gave her all 3. The building, he said, had once belonged to a husband and wife baking team who worked opposite rhythms. He handled bulk bread and accounts. She handled pastry, glazing, and everything delicate enough to be ruined by his impatience during the influenza years. The husband died first, leaving his wife to keep the ovens running longer than grief recommended. She eventually collapsed in the bake room after several dawns without real sleep. Staff in later decades occasionally reported trays mysteriously rotated, proof times corrected, or fillings adjusted when recipes were about to fail. She hates dry dough and underbaked centers, Raoul said, which sounded too specific to be folklore invented after brunch. The haunting proved itself. Practically, if Marisol overmixed brioche while distracted, the timer would stop 2 minutes early. If she forgot to rotate a tray, she would return to find it already on the upper rack where he'd hit more evenly. Once, after she swore at a batch of croissant dough she knew had gone slack, a bench scraper slid across the counter and stopped beside the exact tin of extra flour she needed to laminate. One salvage pass, another morning she entered to find 12 cinnamon rolls already separated half an inch farther apart on the sheet pan than she had left them, which prevented them from proofing together into one useless surgery. But sugary continent, none of it felt theatrical. It felt like correction from someone who still believed feeding people was too important to leave in the hands of tired mistakes. There goes our cat. I knew she would want to hear her mommy's voice. So she came up to see where's her mommy and daddy are at. So we are right here, live streaming. Tally, it's Mama. Oh, Tally. Yep, so that's our cat, Tally. T-A-L, our sweet brown tabby little kitty. She's so cute, and I love her very much. When I got home, not too long ago, I just found our cat in our downstairs bathroom, thinking she would wait for her mommy in there. She thought her mommy was already in there, but apparently I was not. So it's okay. Cats do weird shit all the time. She thought her mommy was already in there, but that's okay. So, Tally, I'm right here, boo-boo. I usually find our cat in her bedroom on the dresser constantly, but okay. Anyway, let's get back to the story. Full sighting came during a brutal January freeze when the walk-in compressor struggled and everyone on staff was already behind. Marisol was alone for the first hour, shaping by hand, when she heard a spoon tap the side of the glazed bowl 3 times. Across the room stood a woman in a faded house dress and flour-dusted apron, slits of strong forearms, expression focused in a way that made kindness and severity. Indistinguishable. She dipped one finger into the icing, frowned, and shook her head once. Too thin. She said Marisol, who could either panic or obey, and knew which would save time, added powdered sugar until the consistency thickened into exactly what the morning needed. When she looked up, one was standing at the oven instead, listening to the bread through the door glass the way only deeply experienced bakers do. Not color, she murmured, bottom sound. Marisol started listening as instructed, She learned to tap loaves and hear where a hollow note carried confidence, and where it carried underbaked bluff. She adjusted bakery, pastry. Sorry, I get those words mixed up sometimes. Cream by smell rather than timer alone. She began trusting the room's small interventions when panic threatened rhythm. The woman whom Raoul eventually identified as Celeste Bell appeared only in pressure moments, most often before dawn, and always with work still to do. On the week of major catering, or when a line cook from another business borrowed the kitchen overnight and left the sourdough starter in the wrong corner to chill, Marisol found Celeste standing over the crooked at 4:15. Christosella, she's just probably listening to the story. But yeah. Like a disapproving saint of fermentation warmth is not optional, she said. Marisol moved it at once. The loaves rose. What changed everything was the school fundraiser order. The bakery had promised 200% committee. 200 had pies by noon for a local parent committee, and a snowstorm knocked out one employee delayed for delivery and cut power for 12 minutes just off right all time. Raoul nearly canceled. Marisol nearly agreed. Then, while standing helpless among pines, she noticed a folded sheet of old ledger paper tucked beneath the rolling pin. It contained a formula for redoing fruit filling over stove heat with less sugar and more butter, written in slanted handwriting with a margin note. Church women who order beyond weather. They used it. It worked beautifully. By 11:40, the hand pies were cool rows across every rack, and the parent committee arrived to a bakery, smelling like victory apples. Raoul cried afterward in the dry, embarrassed way men in flour and Wednesday practical miracles. From then on, though she were a superstition and the old oak prep table clear each night for consultation, he said. The staff, yet no one stacked trays there. If someone did, should be found moved by morning. So now trains new hires on sound, texture, and timing, using phrases she knows from a dead woman before dawn. She never credits the source directly. The bakery costs what it costs without adding a ghost mentorship to payroll, but every winter on the wing before the town's charity breakfast, one extra batch of hand pies appeared on the cooling rack with slightly finer. Then anyone on staff can manage at 5 in the morning. No one asks where they came from. They simply box them and send them out hot. Some places haunted by starvation, some by grief, and some more blessedly by repetition. So ruled in care that it's indistinguishable from the building's own habits. Bell Street Bakery still wakes before dawn. Ovens still cycle. Dough still rises or refuses in that ordinary labor. Celeste remains where usefulness keeps her. Marisol likes that. It suggests the dead man not only to tragedies, but to the exacting kindness of making sure people start their mornings with something fully baked. That is so amazing. I mean, Celeste Bell, the baker's wife. It is so sad how she passed away. Her husband died before she did, so she was in denial. She was in grief. But it's so sad how she passed away.
Yes, it is.
I mean, if it happened to us, then yeah, I would be grieving my... Anyway, I mean, be my weirdest way. I would be in denial. And, I mean, if I passed away, Chris would not know who I was. I mean, in his old age, he would not remember me anyway. He would not remember who I was, or he would not remember how I passed away. So he would forget that I even was his wife, but that's okay. He was probably just in denial. Would you ever be in denial if you forgot who I was?
Probably.
True, but hey, at least the guardian angels are protecting you.
True.
Reminding you of who I once was.
True.
And what I used to do for the living and how I took care of our house, took care of our cat, made sure Arabella was alone. Well, Bella, you know, she loves you very much. She's the sweetest.
She's my little cousin.
Yeah, she's the sweetest young girl. And yes, she's part of the family. And I will make sure she's treated like family, no matter what. So we love her. I love her like she was my own cousin.
Yeah.
So anyway, now that the story is done, we are going to the questions now. We only have about 10 questions and 10 answers. I just hope I can give you guys my best answers. I mean, you're always welcome to join me in the conversation. Also join me with some answers. Welcome to leave me comments down below. If you love podcasting about my ghost stories, leave me a like and a share and a subscribe. Leave me hearts, leave me thumbs up, and just let me know what you guys think if you have any opinions about it. So if you love ghost stories, my channel might be for you. If you're not really into it, that's okay. My channel might not be for you. So if you love books, my friend Fearless Cummings, he has a channel called Ask Fearless. He also has another channel. It's called Read with Fearless. I mean, he hasn't used it in a while, but he gives out advice. He's a life coach. And if you have any questions for him, check out his YouTube channel called Ask Fearless. He's on Facebook, he's on YouTube, he's on TikTok, he's on Instagram a lot. So anyway, if any of you guys, how can you turn your life around? Then Ask Fearless YouTube channel might be for you, and he can help you. That's why he's a life coach, and he's trying to be. So anyway, get started on the stories. Well, on the questions since the story's finished. So anyway, let's get started. Would you keep opening the bakery after seeing Celeste at the prep table? Celeste Bell at any bakery, or either maybe in our own grocery store of bakers, I would totally continue going there constantly whenever I wanted to, at any grocery stores or the actual bakery. I mean, we have a bakery, right?
Yes.
It's not too far from here. It's in the grocery store.
Yes.
So we actually do. And
buy French bread for us there.
Exactly. So for me, I definitely would want to go to the bakery inside the baker's grocery store. And we actually do get a bunch of French breads. I mean, it's really amazing and they taste amazing. So we have a baker in our own baker's grocery store. Also, my husband's friend, I think, she actually, well, I think it was our former neighbor.
She doesn't work there anymore.
Yeah, so anyway, now that you guys got the story, did it make any sense to you all? Let me know if this story moved you, and did it touched your heart? Did it literally made you so emotional? Let me know in the comments. So again, would you keep opening the bakery after seeing Celeste at the prep table? Let me know in the comments if you think you would definitely go to Baker's or to the bakery and see if you want to communicate with the actual baker's wife named Celeste Bell. Let me know if you do. Let's go to number 2. Do you think Celeste stayed for the baking, the people, or the standards? I think maybe she stayed because she wanted to make sure the oven kept running. It's probably for the people. She wanted to make sure the customers finally, still gotten their bread or whatever she was baking. I think she stayed because she wanted to help customers. She wanted to make sure the baker did not run out of breads. So she helped another new owner to help. She wanted to stay so she could teach the new baker how to bake the proper way of the bread. So it's not just the people, it's also about the baking. She wanted to help a lot of customers. Hey, sweet kitty. Yeah, sorry. I just wanted to play with the kitty sometimes. The kitty loves her mommy. She just wanted to hear my voice, and she wanted to be near me because her daddy likes to sit next to me.
Yes.
So, anyway, here's a question for you. The same one. Do you think Celeste stayed for the baking, the people, or the standards?
The standards.
The standards? Okay. My husband says it's the standards. What do you guys think? Do you think Celeste stayed because of standards or baking or for the people? I think it's probably for the people. For me, it's the people, not just the standards. I think she would have stayed because she wanted to make sure her customers literally wanted bread. She wanted to make sure her bakery kept running, like working, literally, kept open. All right, let's go to number 3. Why do bakeries make such effective haunting settings? The reason why it's effective is because there's a lot of emotions, a lot of grief, a lot of tragedy. So there's a lot of history going on, and a lot of people have passed on in that place because there's a lot of emotions. There's a lot of things going on for generations. People have passed away in bakeries or like jobs. People have a lot of. Anyway, like I said, there's a lot of effective. It's probably because there's a lot of emotion, a lot of tragedies. It just happens unexpectedly. So, anyway, let's go to number 4. What was more unsettling? The moved dough oven. I think seeing her by the oven is more unsettling. I mean, I would not be afraid to see her. I would want to ask her what is keeping her there. How can I release her from the time loop? Maybe, perhaps she would tell me what really happened in that place. I would definitely want to know, like, get archives, maybe talk to people, see if they know anything about Celeste Bell and her husband. I would definitely want to know. And maybe I can tell Celeste the truth and she's set free. Perhaps her husband died unexpectedly. Maybe he got sick somehow and passed away. And this is why she is still in the bakery baking, keeping the oven open, like running and everything, So here's again, you, Chris. What was more unsettling, the moved dough, the glaze correction, or seeing her by the oven?
Seeing her by the oven.
How would you feel if you saw her?
Happy, but a little weird.
Scared?
Yes.
Flabbergasted?
Mm-hmm.
A little surprised and shocked?
Yes.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Aw, Allie. Hi, baby. Kitty. Aw, you're so cute. Anyway, for me, I think seeing her by the oven. I mean, if I were anyone, I'd not be skippy, and maybe I can help her move on. Tell her the truth, maybe something like that. Maybe read some articles and see her spirit anywhere. See her picture. See what she looked like when she was alive in the past.
Yes.
And but yes, so I think seeing her spirit by the oven. Anyway, let's go to number 5. Okay, guys, we've got 5 questions left. We're near done. It is 11 minutes past 9. So anyway, tomorrow I don't really have to go to work, but I will be here on YouTube live streaming tomorrow night, 8:30 p.m. to 9 p.m. Same time as always, right here on YouTube, Ghosting with Anya. If you would like to subscribe to the channel, you're always welcome to. All right, let's go to number 5. What's Marisol's right to follow instructions without fully questioning them?
Yes.
Of course. If Marisol was going ahead, you should know about the spirit named Celeste Bell. She probably would have done her own way of baking, literally. But yes, she did the right thing by having some new methods. So, if you think Marisol did the right thing by taking the dead woman's advice about baking the bread for the customers. Okay, let's go to number 6. Why do you make warmth is not optional? That's a good question, you guys. Warmth is not optional. I think it's because Celeste probably didn't really care about the warmth, but she just wanted to ensure the bread was fresh and ready to be sold for the customers, being bought or sold, perhaps. Okay, same question for you. What do you make of the
It's very important to have.
Well, that might be true too. So if any of you like bread, we no matter what kind of bread, but we will always make sure the bread is warm and fresh for you guys. We banana bread. I can make like blueberries, perhaps frozen and fresh, but I really make I think warmth, literally. Let's go to number 7. How is this haunting tied to care rather than that's the haunting is how she cared about everything. She cared about her bakery, cared about her customers because she loved baking so much that she literally stopped sleeping, stopped taking care of herself so she could take care of her customers. I mean, she kept baking without, fearing of her own carelessness or something. I mean, she loved everyone. She loved doing her job. She missed her husband so much that she stopped eating, she stopped sleeping, she stopped taking care of herself, but she always took care of her customers. So it's tied to the place where she died. Back to the beginning. This is what happened to her. She died. She collapsed. She did not sleep very well. So this is how she died. She kept working without taking a break. So she kept working until her death. But this is how she cared. His special customers, and she loved her job. Well, she loved her job. She loved her husband. So she missed her husband, and this is how she died. Anyway, let's go to number 8. Would you eat pastries made under ghost supervision? Of course I would.
Yes.
Chris says that he definitely would. I mean, if I saw a spirit baking some bread or any other pastries, and I would tell the spirit of Celeste Bell how amazing her baking is. Her pastries would taste good, and she did an amazing job. She was an baker, even if she grew old, but she would still have the best touch, gentle touch of foods. She clearly loved her job so much that she died baking these things, baking the bread, pastries, cookies, or whatever, but she clearly think about it every minute of it. But she died very unexpectedly. She was so unwell, she just couldn't hear it. This is how. Okay, let's go to number 9. We have 2 questions left before I sign off. Can repetition in work become a kind of love that outlasts death? Yes. Celeste loved working as a bakery person. She loved her husband. They both were bakers. So she loved everything about it. She did this out of love because she cared about her people. She loved them very much. She made sure her customers were taken good care of, fed, and protected. So she really missed her husband. She loved him very much, but she collapsed during her baking. So, but that's just how it is, I guess. So tragic. She loved baking very much. It was her passion. It was her own life. It's her thing. So she did that out of love and kindness because she cared a lot. All right, let's go to number 10. Okay, we have one last question before I sign off. If a dead baker kept saving your rush mornings, how would you honor her?
By making a good quality product.
By helping others. By keep working on that same bakery, making sure everyone got what they needed. Love, cared for, made sure they did not starve. Made sure the oven kept running. made sure people had food, and made sure the bread was baked, warmth, and fresh out of bakery. So I'd honor her by others by making sure they've gotten bread, a loaf of bread, and bunch of pastries. You know, my mother, she's a chef. She makes pastries. She makes bread from scratch. So she loves it. And if I ever done the same thing with her, I would honor my mom by doing the same thing she's doing now. Anyway, that's how I would probably make sure that quality, everyone had what they wanted. Okay, guys, we are out of time. So thank you guys for being here. Bella, Thano, you're an amazing young person. Chris loves you and he misses you a lot. On the next episode, we'll be doing The Last Lantern at Mill Road Bridge. This is the new one. So episode 206. Tomorrow night, 8:30 p.m. to 9 p.m. So thank you guys. Have a wonderful day or night. So stay safe and stay hydrated. Anyway, please click like. A wonderful night, and thank you guys for subscribing. So have a wonderful life. It well. Make sure everyone have what they needed. Like, make sure people were taken good care of, especially and subscribe, and see you on the next episode of Ghosting with Anya tomorrow night, 8:30 a.m. to 10 a.m. right here. Good night, everyone, and may God bless you all. And thank you so much. Bye.